In this video, I'll share 5 truths about this microphone, the TLM 103 from Neumann. And first off, I've just got to say how much I love this mic. It was the first real big purchase I made for the home studio. I was looking to up the sound quality and up the level of my production, and it was a big purchase. It was a big investment, but as I look back on it, man, I was blown away by the sound. I think I was upgrading from maybe like a Shure SM7B, so a dynamic to a condenser, and just what I initially heard from this mic totally justified the purchase. It really did make a difference, and I used it. It was my everyday driver until early 2020 when I switched over to the U87. But this mic, I'm keeping it. I'll always want it. I'll always have it. I think it's a great purchase, and I'll detail 5 things I've learned about it across the last 4 years. Number 1, the lack of self-noise with this microphone is amazing. When I stop talking, it's dead silent. Unless there is a lawnmower off in the distance. And this thing will hear it because there's no other hiss, there's no other noise that it's making to compete with that. I mean, the sound floor that you can get, the baseline level of noise is so low with this microphone. If you're hearing any type of articulation or hiss or hum, it's not coming from this mic, it's coming from your preamp. This microphone is great for soft voices and soft noises and soft speaking and ASMR. Like if you're going to do an ASMR video and you really want it to sound great, get the Neumann TLM 103. 7 dB or something like that of self-noise really is impressive when you're going for that ultimate sound of when you're quiet, it's quiet too. So that's the number 1 thing that'll blow you away. Second fact about this microphone, it is a bit bright. And maybe it's not for every voice, especially people with higher registers, or if it's the way you're singing, or if you're very sibilant, it is going to key in on those frequencies. Now, I'm running this thing, by the way, right now through my full signal chain. So you're not hearing this completely dry and raw and unprocessed. I am taming things. I am de-essing a bit. By the way, I'll share my entire signal chain of this microphone in a different video here on the channel later on. So make sure you're subscribed. But I just want to point out this, as opposed to a U87, which is more of an across-the-board microphone. It'll work on almost every voice. I can tell you that if you already have a high-frequency type voice, pairing it with this microphone may not be the best combination. Now, if you are going for the lower registers and you're trying to get that full sound and you want to use proximity effect, yeah, this microphone can definitely do that too. I'm going to tell you that despite its cost, more than $1,000, you're getting a tremendous quality and value, and you're getting a top-tier microphone. Essentially, for the $1,000 you'll spend on this, you can do probably 95% of what a $3,000 microphone can do, or a $5,000 microphone can do. You're getting to that price point where, you know, it's on that highest of tiers at not the highest of price. Now, granted, I'm not encouraging you to go out and overspend and do something you don't want to do, but if you can swing it, if you can get this microphone, this might be the last one you'll ever need for your home studio. And I'll be honest, I don't even know the full extent of its versatility, recording instruments or like a piano or a guitar. I would imagine it does tremendously in those circumstances. I'm mostly talking here about recording spoken word and my voice. But the way this thing hears, how sensitive it is, the frequencies it caters to, it gives you basically what a $5,000 microphone would do, 90-something% of that, for, yeah, about a fifth of the cost. So a tremendous value and quality in a top-tier microphone. I will say that you'll not do this mic justice if you put it in a bad acoustical space or you're using it with a lesser quality preamp. So that's part of the signal chain, the overall investment. If you're going to spend $1,000 plus on the microphone, make sure that you do some treatment in your room so that it's not picking up a ton of reverberation. Like in this room right here, it's completely treated. So we're not getting echoes. We're not getting a bad sound out of this mic. But if I were in the hallway or in the bathroom and tile walls and echoey and it sounds a bit like this, you don't want your mic, you don't want your TLM 103 to be sounding like that. So make sure that you do the mic justice, you give it a good preamp, you give it a good signal chain, and you record in a good room, because this microphone is only going to multiply how good or how bad your treated room is, if that makes sense. Okay, and I think the last one here is that this microphone can give you that authoritative sound. It can really give you that low end, that movie trailer voice. If I really get here up close to it, and you can do the in a world, you can do that whole thing. You can get real close to it. You can do 97.1 FM, the drive, whatever, right? You can do all that stuff with this microphone. So very versatile, very clear, very sparkly. This microphone, highly recommended. It can do so many things, and it comes at a cost, but it comes at an investment cost, right? Think about this microphone for the long term. If this is what you're going to do and you want a top-tier result and a top-tier product, highly recommend the Neumann TLM 103. So those are my 5 facts of this microphone. If you liked this video, if it provided you some value, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe to this channel. I've got lots more great stuff coming out in the very near future.